And of course, the Baltimore Running Festival is really a great opportunity to take a look and see the best that the city has to offer. And joining us this morning with more on that is Mayor Brandon Scott. Thanks for joining us this morning.
Thanks for having me. Thanks for having me.
You're so welcome. So talk about the impact that the Running Festival has on the city, not just financially, but really the morale of the people.
Yeah, I think when you look at the running festival yesterday and the great coverage that you guys had, I was watching it here at home as I'm still on isolation. It just shows the city show in a great way. You can see the spirit of the city. You see the community coming out to support the runners. You can see even businesses, folks who are going to be kind of negatively impacted, they're coming out to support the runners. It shows the true spirit of Baltimore. And it's just another example. Like we had the golf tournament, we're going to be on the big stage tomorrow night when the Ravens are playing that team for Indianapolis. It shows Baltimore as a city ripe for a great comeback that we're getting ready to have.
And you just made the next point too with, the stadiums are packed again. We're getting in person with these running festivals. What are you starting to see come back to the city?
Well, you're seeing people, right? You're seeing people, right? You can see people back into businesses coming into downtown. We know tomorrow night is going to be a crazy night in town. It's a great thing. It's that good spirit of returning back to a normal Baltimore, but really an even better Baltimore, because now we appreciate each other more after going through what we've all been through over the last 18 months.
And of course, COVID isn't over. You're home right now in isolation because you tested positive. First, how are you feeling? And how do you think the city's doing right now?
Well, I'm feeling fine. I'm feeling fine. Still no symptoms, just here at home, going a little stir crazy. Trying not to drive my staff too crazy. But I think this, for me, it's the importance about testing. This is why I get tested multiple times a week, because I have to be around so many people and we were able to catch it early. And it's about making sure that even when people are vaccinated, that they continue to get tested. This is not over. You're doing it to protect yourselves and protect other folks. Overall, we're doing okay as a city. People are still getting COVID. But as we move into the colder months, we don't want to have happen what we've had the last two times. So we want people to get tested, to get vaccinated. I'm able to do this interview with you and not be in a hospital bed because I am vaccinated. We have to continue to take COVID seriously.
And what do you think needs to happen in the city right now? Some of the metrics that need to be met to sort of remove that indoor mask restriction?
Well, if you look on our COVID website, coronavirus.baltimorecity.gov, we actually now display that. It's really also about where the CDC says we are as far as risk. As long as we're in that category, we know that spread risk is really high for us. We're going to continue to have this, and we don't want to go back ever to having any of the other mandates, right? We saw in the Hopkins study that Baltimore has fared much better than other major cities, most major cities around the country. We want to continue to lead in that way, and everyone should just wear a mask. That's a simple but proven thing that everyone can do.
It's been another tough week in Baltimore when it comes to violence. Wednesday, 6 people were shot before 7 p.m. A 16-year-old was shot later that night, and then yesterday, a 13-year-old was shot on the leg. You're consistently calling for more action.
Yeah, I actually spoke with that young man's mother late last night, and we just have to understand and think that while the police department is out doing work like we just talked about, they've been able to even clear some of those incidents that happened over the past week very quickly. They're continuing to take people off the streets with guns. We need to see everybody come together, right? We know that we have a great partnership with our federal partners, and our state folks are back at the table. But really, when you're talking about issues that are happening now where people are dying, with things like domestic, people shooting their girlfriends or their ex-girlfriends, new boyfriends, stuff that folks really we have to deal with as a community too, in addition to making sure our police department is supported and can handle their jobs as well.
And then the problem becomes a majority of the people that are arrested, the homicide cases that are cleared, they're repeat offenders. And so that's been a big issue for you as well.
Yeah, and this is and what I'm doing differently than happened in the past. You always saw a lot of finger pointing about which part of the criminal justice system was to blame. What I've done is brought back the Criminal Justice Coordinating Council. We're going to be having our second meeting coming up to actually stop pointing fingers, be adults and say, okay, there are problems with the systems. Most of the other parts of the justice system I don't control, but I'm the mayor of Baltimore. The governor has agreed to come to the table, the state's attorney, the federal partners, so that we can work on solutions to those issues so that we don't continue to have that problem that we've had every year that I've been living.
All right, well, you're wearing a Ravens jersey. You have M&T Bank Stadium in the background. We're on the big stage tomorrow night. Your prediction on a score?
It's going to be Ravens 24, Indianapolis Mayflowers 10.
Woohoo! I love how you threw the Mayflower in there. That's pretty awesome. All right, give me a go, Ravens, and thank you so much for coming on our show this morning.
Go Ravens.
All right, thank you, Mayor Brandon Scott, for joining us again this morning.